The Kamala Harris campaign is falling apart right before our very eyes. We are less than 3 months away from the general election, and everyone is starting to realize what a phony she is. She's not equipped to lead anything, much less be the president of the United States of America. And we're going to go over several things that are going on right now, and Donald Trump continues to elevate and take things to another level. Let's listen to Kevin O'Leary right here, speaking on something that I think everyone can relate to when it comes to cackling Kamala or Comrade Kamala.
There is no scenario where the president of the United States can't head up a press conference. Under any scenario, every president has been able to address the press, and in the good times and the bad times. She has to start talking to the press. Period. There's no optionality. There's no scenario where anybody would be comfortable, particularly in the swing states where swing voters are thinking to myself, what do we got here? Why won't she talk to the press? I'm asking it from a policy guy. I need explanations for these policies because I have to invest on these policies. I have questions, and I don't get any answers. I'm not being unreasonable. Come out wherever you are and talk to the press.
It's very simple. And yet so complicated because she's not a leader. She is not a leader in any capacity whatsoever. She was not elected to be in the position she was in. She is a selected person that was selected by the powers that be, not the American people. And we're going to see that exposed as we move closer to November. Then you have Donald Trump. Breaking. Donald Trump names Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard to his presidential transition team. That is a massive win right there. That is a massive dub. We need to see more of that. Trump is staying ahead of the curve. You obviously have the left-wing weirdos melting down over it. And, of course, you're going to have the far right-wing weirdos melting down over it as well. But right here, Donald Trump has just added Robert F. Kennedy and Tulsi Gabbard to his presidential transition team. To MAGA, who thinks this is such a win for Trump, what if Kamala added Adam Kinzinger and Cindy McCain to her transition team? How distraught would you be? Exactly. No one would be surprised by that. No one. Literally not one single person would be surprised by that. What are you talking about? It's unbelievable. Then you have Megyn Kelly with this video right here. Kamala Harris campaign tries to change the rules for the debate with Trump. Oh, it's getting bad.
There are reports everywhere today about this presidential debate scheduled for September 10th on ABC. Now, this was scheduled between Trump and Biden, and the terms were agreed to between Trump and Biden. And they had apparently all the same rules as the CNN debate between Trump and Biden, where the mics were supposed to be cut. There wasn't supposed to be a studio audience, no notes allowed, no opening or closing statements. And when Harris subbed in as the nominee, there was some back and forth about whether they should renegotiate, and maybe go to Fox, maybe not go to ABC. No, Team Harris wanted it as is. Leave it in place. You already agreed, they kept telling him. And Trump was like, okay, I'll do it. And then you should also do one at Fox. And she, on the night, I think it was of her debate, it was on a newsy night, she just put out a paper statement saying, oh, we won't be doing the Fox debate. I think it might have been Monday night when Biden spoke. Anyway, so she won't do anything on territory she considers even neutral. She will only go to places like ABC where her best friend is the person in charge.
This is insane. This is insane. We're talking about a person that was not elected. We're talking about a person that was selected, who refuses to do any interviews or any press conferences or take any questions, and she's scared to death to confront anything. And we are supposed to believe that she is equipped to be the president of the United States of America. Stop with the nonsense. Stop it.
So now she's gone back on the ABC debate to say, and I want to change the rules. Now I want open mics while the other person is speaking. And according to Team Trump, she's also saying, and I want it to be a sit down at a desk situation, and I want notes, and I want to be able to do opening statements. Her team's saying that's not true, but that's what Team Trump is saying through a representative. And her team is admitting that they are trying to open up the mics meaning while one candidate is speaking, the mics would be back open. And the press is running out saying, that's the norm, which it is. They're right. Until the Democrats changed the norm.
Yes.
And Trump said, fine, I'll do it your way. And Trump did very well with that situation and realized, I'm sure, hey, this works pretty well for me. I kind of like this. Helps me stay more disciplined. I can just make my point when they come to me. I can control my worst instincts, which is to like jump all over the candidate, and that makes me look better. And so he's like, no, let's stick with the original.
That's actually a true point. I mean, Trump actually, he came off really good in that debate versus Biden. I mean, it literally ended Biden's campaign. And Trump is not the type of guy, like, it really doesn't matter what advantages you give his opponent. He is going to figure out a way to be Trump. He's a once in a lifetime personality. Whatever you think about Trump, it really doesn't matter. He's a once in a lifetime personality. You can't recreate what this guy is. He's just magic, and he is a showman. And so it doesn't really matter what type of rules you put in place. He's going to overcome them. And in all reality, the cutting off of the mics and all of that probably did help him be a little more clear and concise instead of just being the steamroller that he is in most situations, because you can't stop him. You can't slow him down. Once he's rolling, man, he ain't stopping.
Original rules. And her team is out there, and so is the media, saying, he's chicken. He's chickening out. And Trump did send out a Truth Social post over the weekend saying, should I do this debate? Are they going to be fair to me? Trying to change all the rules. ABC hates my guts. Look at the recent coverage. She's best friends with the person who runs it. Look at Jonathan Karl. Look at, like, this network can't stand me. Look at the woman who asked me that question at the National Association of Black Journalists event. She's an ABCer. Look at ABC News' coverage of Trump and the Trump messaging last week versus how they covered the Kamala Harris message at the DNC. I watched almost all of it. Anyway, the media running cover now saying Trump is the one who's trying to change the rules, and Trump has to answer for this whole mics open thing or not.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work, because even somebody on CNN, I watched it, and he said the problem with dealing with the Harris team about interviews is they have all these conditions. And the conditions is somebody going to edit it? And who is going to interview us? And how long is it going to be? And
Good Lord.
In other words, they haven't experienced that before. And they're now talking about it. And that feeds into this old narrative that whatever it is, it's always a qualification. It's always yes, but, maybe, sort of, should have, kind of. And, it's it all shows you, and he said when the CNN person, and maybe I can find it, or your team can, but he said the problem is that they know and I think his direct quote, as I remember, was the worst moments of her vice presidency were when she did unscripted interviews. The worst moment.
Because she's stupid. She's a very stupid person. This is not going to get better for them as we get closer to November. It's only going to get worse. And then you've got Trump out here doing stuff like this, naming RFK and Tulsi Gabbard to his presidential transition team, which is a huge win, necessary, because we do know that Trump's big mistake last time was building his cabinet. That was his biggest mistake, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions. And so I'm glad that he is doing stuff like this, because he's reaching across the aisle. He's bringing people in that don't necessarily agree with him on certain issues, but obviously see the bigger picture. And this is very necessary. The Harris campaign is falling apart right before our very eyes, and it's only going to get worse for them. I need to stress that. They can't hide her for the next 2.5, 3 months. They can't do it. They can try, but they can't actually pull it off, because the more that they hide her, the more people are going to start waking up and questioning this and realizing that you are being fooled. And they are hiding this person because she is too stupid and too incompetent to answer simple, basic questions, which the President of the United States should be able to do. This is all falling apart, and Donald Trump is going to continue to take full advantage. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.